evening viewers and welcome to today's edition News and Events in Meghalaya. Headlines for today are: Government decides to conduct UGC examinations from 7 to 16th October 2020. Vibhoy District Administration implements closure of entry points as part of government's policy. Tourist spots reopened with protocols and SOP, and Meghalaya registered 77 new COVID-19 cases. News in details. Meghalaya government decided to open 3 tourist spots in the state, particularly for local tourists in the state. The 3 tourist spots that are scheduled to open from 1st September on a trial basis are Elephant Falls, Words Lake and Nehru Park. It was after 6 months after the pandemic struck the country, these tourist spots were allowed to open. Elephant Falls have been put strict protocols in place for both the safety of the staff and visitors as well. The entire area has been sanitized and all health-related protocols have been taken care of, from installation of wash basins, thermal scanner and others.
The process of returning to normalcy under Unlock 4 appears to have been taken up another notch as the government begins loosening its restrictions on the opening of tourist spots in the state. These tourist spots opened on a trial basis are Words Lake, Nehru Park and Elephant Falls. But for now, these spots are open for local tourists only, and that too with much emphasis on the usual guidelines, social distancing, mask and hand hygiene. It is understood that the management of these tourist spots have been advised to follow the protocols strictly or be asked to close again. According to Mr. Lionel Nongklau, the General Secretary of Sanchnong Youth Welfare Association, the facilities at the Elephant Falls Tourist Center were sanitized and prepared as per the standard operating procedures given by the government to make it a safe place for tourists. He also reiterated the fact that only local tourists were being allowed for the present to visit Elephant Falls, and that as of yesterday, 5 groups of tourists comprising of 16 to 17 people had visited the spot between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. He added that during the lockdown, youth of the 5 villages who served as staff at the falls had to attend to their duties there as per a special drafted roster to ensure the safety of the property and assets created in and around the tourist spot. He went to elaborate that the number of staff and working hours was significantly reduced to ensure the safety of the staff. On the subject of ensuring the safety of tourists and the implementation of health-related guidelines at the spot, the General Secretary informed that officials and guards have been stationed at strategic places to ensure that social distancing was being maintained by the tourists and that they adhere to hand hygiene and wearing of masks within the tourist spot.
Order ng sarkar ban plino ya ganing Elephant Falls di hagalay ko itirik na protocol na sanitize ko pa ya ganing saka mani sa plane na ko ko na siya kumbalong din kasi ti ni dang yo dang san group kumba hat riu kan yung pi dai hadu riu ji kum ka order mengiya ng sarkar kalong ban sya tang di local tourist ha ki bra kini ki staff di bana kini ki santi ko sino ki hakani ka po lockdown ru ki hap hi banwan duty sini nomor nimla ban i di property and assets kana Elephant Falls ni hap ban bu da roster duty ka jing shan dan arko sangut staff boro doi hadin ba biasa ka ti ko se lockdown nila minimize na ya ka jingwan juki nila bu da rotation kamandar kana ngi jing sha kunjat kana jing sha nomor ba kani ka kamdan ki ka proper fencing iran kaman apa ni maka di ka ba he ti naki aman man lagi jaka ka bagian kaman up labu is harus di security staff bikin monitor bikin break di nomor kai nang bikin lumpen kan di kendon di SOP tu ah peserta tu.
The Meghalaya and Greater Shillong Progressive Hawkers and Street Vendors Association today said that it is determined to defy the state government's order that rendered its members placeless to earn their bread and butter. Speaking to the media at Ususothamp Auditorium in Shillong, members of MGS-PHSV said the hawkers and street vendors of the state will resume their selling activities as the state government is unwilling to implement the Central Act on street vending in the state. The state government could allot places for them wherever possible, the leaders said, adding that they regretted that the state government has not included them to be part of the committee formed by the state government. The leader of TUR, Angela Rangat, the social activist, blamed the present and previous government for not doing anything for the welfare of the hawkers and street vendors of the state.
Namara kitu ki iba kiles jongki ngakarai itu ki lais pangut em bakin dapat bah bakin dawat benia ki em babur na ki em kim bendai ki jangan kota namar bali baki syukhat po office klam da survey klam da tip mano badai nong di manan bat mano bandai I form kat bamon katu kadi kajing pelnia para em yang ni ki ba bat ni ki balari syong borok sikata so anjing tepra re gitu hapo ka tahun venting jongka state bangingi persya ba Penterekam saya ke Central Act, da TVC ro Hackathon Vending Committee ro nakasi 4% saus 4% gidai bandai mangi kinong di mana. Dai ban yamir jing mot dam kan. Bat ngiro. Badi so, badi jan, badi tam, badi juti.
Sin bi yang
Meghalaya and Greater Shillong Progressive Hawkers and Street Vendors Association.
It is just bureaucratic arrogance that they do not want to implement the Central Act. And this message should go clearly to those bureaucrats that you are playing with people's lives. You are sitting there and getting payment from all of us. Your pay comes from all of us paying taxes. And yet you grudge them their rightful place to earn an honest living. And you are doing this at a time of a pandemic, when actually, if you have any brains at all, you should have been using it to try and think of how you can mitigate so that there's no hunger, that there will not be potential riots from people who do not have anything to lose. You keep pushing people to the brink and to the corner. You are waiting for an uprising. So it's time that the government and the bureaucrats sit and put away their arrogance and their pride and actually study each and every clause of the Central Act and understand what it will do for the promotion and regulation of hawking and stop playing games. And whether they say that only 300 will be allowed now, they can say whatever they want, but the genuine hawkers will be stepping out and earning their living. There's no question about that. So that's what it is.
Undergraduate exams to be conducted both online and offline, and online options specifically for postgraduate students stationed outside Meghalaya are to appear for exams online. Results will be declared by 31st October 2020. The Union Home Ministry told the Supreme Court that it has given permission to the University Grants Commission to conduct college examinations in the academic interest of the students. The Commission has asked universities across the country to conduct their final exams by September 30, 2020. The order, which was recently passed by Meghalaya government to close all entry points to the state on every first week of the month, the district administration of Ribhoi has implemented the order in Ribhoi district and will continue till 7th of September 2020. Today, the hustle at entry points and the staff working in the COVID-19 screening point was seen a bit relaxed, as the flow of traffic and the entry of people to the state was restricted. The Deputy Commissioner of Ribhoi District, R.M. Kurba, said the entry of people of other states and also the stranded citizens of Meghalaya have been restricted following the order of the state government to close the entry checkpoints every first week of the month. Meghalaya registered the highest number of recovery today with 83 recoveries, taking the total recovered to 1,318, while 77 new positive COVID-19 cases was also detected. Director of Health Services Dr. Aman Par said that from the 83 that recovered on Wednesday, 68 are from East Khasi Hills, 5 from Ribhoi district, 6 from West Garo Hills and 4 from East Jaintia Hills. Giving the details of the 77 new positive cases detected today, he informed that from the new 77 cases, East Khasi Hills detected 41 cases, 6 from West Garo Hills, 2 from East Garo Hills, 16 from Ribhoi, 3 from South Garo Hills and 9 from East Jaintia Hills district. He also informed that today a 70-year-old COVID-19 patient died of acute respiratory failure, taking the total number of fatalities to 13 in the state. He further said that so far samples sent for testing stands at 92,453, where 89,162 were tested negative and the results awaited stands at 774. With 1,318 recovered, 1,186 active and 13 deceased, the total number of detected cases in Meghalaya stands at 2,517. Meghalaya drivers who perform COVID-19 duties of the state government today observe a take-in protest in Shillong to air their grievances. The association, which submitted a memorandum to the Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. Prestone Tinsong, said the government has not resorted to any settlement about bus and tourist taxi fare. Two prominent citizens of Meghalaya, Kingston Bolvari Marak and Rahul S. Marak, have submitted memorandum to the Governor of Meghalaya and the Union Finance Ministry expressing concern over the functioning and financial irregularities of Garo Hills Autonomous District Council in Meghalaya. In a memorandum to the Meghalaya Governor, the duo urged the head of the state not to extend the term of the council, which will end between September and October this year, and impose the administration rule in GHADC till such time is conducive for holding another election. In another memorandum to the Director, Expenditure, Ministry of Finance, Department of Finance, New Delhi, they also urged the authorities to further stop all the directing funding to the GHADC due to financial irregularities.
On behalf of Garo Hills people, here today I'm speaking to media reporters regarding extensions of Autonomous District Council's elections in the terms submitted to the Chief Minister's memorandum by council chiefs and the other dignitaries. So we opposed in our memorandum that not to extend the elections further, and we urged governor to impose a administrative rule in the council so that the misappropriations of funds will be direct in administration rule. And also we have submitted a memorandum and letter to Ministry of Finance, Government of India, regarding misappropriations of 68 crore rupees in council. And we have submitted the same copy to the Niti Aayog and also grievance department to the PMO. And also we are having a faith on the governor and the Minister of Finance that they will look the matter and they will conduct internal inquiry on the misappropriations of the fund. And we faith on the governor that governor will not permit or grant the permission to extend the elections. In the behalf of the Garo Hills Autonomous District Councils and the people of Garo Hills, I ask governor also, and in the collaborations of NGA, the non-gadget employee associations of council, we have submitted the joint memorandum stating the same point regarding the submitted memorandum. We have given the same point that 21 employees' lives have been taken by due to insufficiency of salary. They didn't release the salary, and also lots of points we have given, which will be detailedly published in the paper also later in the days. So I appeal to the governor of Meghalaya and the Finance Ministry to conduct internal inquiry on the misappropriations of fund and other projects which is sanctions from the central government of India. Thank you.
We have come to the end of today's edition. Thank you for being with us. See you tomorrow at the same time, the same channel.